Good morning, this is Spirit Journey, and today is Memorial Day. I wish you all a happy Memorial Day. Wow, when I got up this morning, I didn't remember initially that it was Memorial Day, but I was just thinking of something, the whole concept of a memorial. It's something that you remember about something and that it's reoccurring. Well, I was just thinking about life and the whole cycle of life and death. I see that the world system is very cyclic. And I remember growing up and how fearful I was of death, and still am to a point. But when I got up this morning, I was looking at the plants that are in my room, and I see that every day, you have to get up, you have to water it, sometimes you have to remove the dead leaves, and no matter what, you have to do that at some point in time. You have to water it, you have to prune it, you have to add plant food, all these different things that we do in life. And the cycles of myself, like you have to take a shower every day, you have to eat every day. There are certain things that are very cyclic. Your hair, you may have to get your hair trimmed, you comb it every day, and then you wash it, and then the whole cycle begins again. You have to trim your hair, you have to do things, you have to eat every day. All these things that repeat itself, and then it dies. Like even when you have to cut your nails, they go a certain length, and then somebody say, I should trim it a little bit. And notice that the practice of trimming actually makes the nails and the hair healthier. It just keeps on fortifying those things. The nails, if you trim them, it's always pristine. There's less chances of things snagging. Sometimes the nail could get a little brittle at the edges, and when you trim it, it always maintains that strength. And when I saw that, I said, that's what life is like. That we start off small, and then we start to develop. And the process of developing can be very, very challenging. And I was thinking about the people, I was thinking about this guy that I went out with, and how young I was. I was really young and naive. We start off young and naive. We're not, it's like we're doing this for the first time, and I was thinking of the things that I did and how I would do things a little differently, I hope. I was just thinking about my first little kiss, the people who I went out with. It was just, innocent. And maybe some relationships don't work out, but you learn from it. I was just thinking back of the things that I did, and I said, wow. And how we all go through the same process called life. And it's something that would be just being done over and over again. So I see that I guess all that's meant to happen will happen. And I'm just more of realization about what life is. It's for a season. Life, as we know it, is just for a season. And if you look at nature, you go to a park or something, real nature, and you'll see the same pattern. So it's just really something about life, and how I didn't realize how life is just a cycle. For me, in my mind's eye, I see life like a circle, but the circle overlaps each other and it goes like in a spiral, on and on and on, like that. That's how I see life now. It's a circle, and yes, there's some overlapping, but it just keeps on going on and on. And I'm also visualizing that maybe it even comes to a point, like imagine a circle, and then eventually gets to the center. But even that is going to repeat itself over and over again. I watch these videos of the past life regression and how some of them repeat about, when they lift out of their bodies, their soul, and they may go through a tunnel, or they have beings there, something there, and it brings them to another place. I don't know whether that's true, but I like the idea that it could be true, that you're greeted. I know, at least I feel that I would like to be greeted. We all want to be greeted or something. Some of the people's transition could be more traumatic than others, and I just hope for all of us, that when that time comes, that it be a peaceful transition, someone that, a gentle hand, so to speak, to lead you. I'm also reminded of, yes, I was going to tell you about this a couple of days ago. It was last week, and I found a baby bird on the ground, and how afraid I was for the bird because it was in a precarious location. It had obviously fallen above, and to its immediate side was a doorway, and someone could just open the door and just step out and step on them. And it was several moments when I was there. I was with my dogs, my 3 dogs, so I couldn't get too close because my dogs, but I had to stay close enough to warn the people not to step on the bird. Well, I did get to bring the bird to this animal rescue place. I forget the name of the place, but I did bring the bird there, and they were able to spot, I handed them the bird, and said, we'll be right back, and then they came back to me, and they said, look, we can tell, they did a quick assessment, and they said that the bird may have to go to bird heaven, that it has some serious issues. It has a neurological issue. It is dehydrated. They said his eyes were swollen. And they said, you'll know in the morning. We'll know in the evening. By that time, it was like 7:30 p.m. The sun was still out. And I called the next day, but they didn't return my call. Maybe they were closing up or something. But I called them again, and yes, the bird did go to. They had to euthanize the bird. The bird was 2 weeks old, and I'm glad that I had an opportunity to meet the little bird. I was able to, we had found a little box, and we put the little bird in the box. So there was a gentleman that I met while I was waiting outside to try to get help for the bird, and he helped me with the bird. He was instrumental. He had actually picked up the bird with his bare hands. I was scared. But But yes, I did take the taxi over, and I had gotten gloves to handle the bird if I needed to touch the bird. And I put my hand with the gloves on top of the bird. And it seemed the bird seemed to like the closeness, the hand on them. Um, but yes, I I like to feel that the bird was appreciative that um, I prevented it from getting stepped on. Um, I hope it's in a better place. And I like to say that to respect life, that we all have to, because we all go through the same cycle. We may go through the cycle, experience different things in the cycle, but we're going to go through that complete cycle. So we really should respect life, respect each other, and maybe this is all just a learning game. Just the fact that we all have to go through it. So start noticing life. Start noticing the things, the people that are around you. And start looking at nature and the things that you see in nature. Get connected with it and try to learn as much as you can about life so that you could help understand yourself and others. So I hope you all have a very safe and wonderful Memorial Day. And just take care. Bye-bye.